roller coaster fan. I wish I was there to see and be with you guys. It was fun a few years ago when I was there, being part of your group. It's always been a great function that you have there in Chicago, and it's close to me. I do apologize, but you know, I just got a few things going on around my world which require my presence here in the Dells. But there's a lot of questions about the Hades 360. And as many of you are aware, that has always been my dream to build this upside down roller coaster. But I also want to clear up a couple items that have misconceptions, however you want to say this, about this roller coaster, okay? The one thing that has always been the question is, you know, I've said it's the first wooden coaster that will go upside down. I still maintain that thought because since back in 1995, when Cyclops was brought to this world, I was in a learning curve on what is a wooden coaster. To me, a wooden coaster, whether it's right or wrong, and there's always definitions to anybody's mind. You guys would know more than I would. To me, I perceive a wooden coaster to be a coaster, of course, that's got a wooden track. And we all know what wooden tracks are. So when you see some of these other roller coasters that are coming down the pike, down south of me, yes, are they wooden coasters? Yeah, they're saying they're wooden coasters, but they're not truly a wooden track. They're steel tracks on this wooden structure. So now we have a steel structure, of course, Hades, but it's going to be a true wooden track. It's never been done before with a true wooden track. So that's why I was so bold to say that statement. And some were so bold to, I wouldn't say crucify me, but you know, however you want to say it. But that's where this came up. So I wanted to clear that out right away. Is this will be a true wooden coaster track. Okay? So that's where this came up. And of course you would have many questions, and I wish I was there to answer them for you. But so this is what, and you all know where this coaster is. Of course, it's going to be Hades, the world's longest underground coaster. And you wonder why I picked Hades to do it, and why not build a brand new roller coaster? Well, first of all, it's called finance, and it's money. For me to build, or this company to build another new wooden roller coaster, would take millions on top of millions. What we're doing today, or as we speak, is Hades 360. Not only, well, it's still a pile of money, but it's going to take a couple $1 million. Because not only do we have to recreate the whole structure out there by the road, but we also have to buy a new train. And the new train is a Timberliner from Gravity Group, and I'm excited to see how well this train will function. We could never do a true upside down coaster in the past because simply there was no trains to allow it to happen in the past. So it's great to see that the Gravity Group has developed this new train, and I'm excited to use it. And only, of course, it needs to be done this way so it can articulate around this barrel roll, and then it goes from a barrel roll, of course, right into a 110-degree high bank curve. Once beyond the bank, it goes a little. It might even be almost partly upside down there all in its own. So yes, we're excited. I think you guys will be excited. It's going to be a great ride. I promise you. I hope it works. I'm not going to lie to you. It's brand new. It's a brand new thought. It's a brand new deal. There's no reason why it shouldn't work. Now, if I didn't have the confidence to do this, I don't think I would put the money or the effort into doing it, and possibly hurting one of my best rides in the park. Not one of my best rides. I still think it's the best ride. Until you get into the water side of things, of course, and it's Poseidon's Rage, which we all grown to love because of the 9-foot waves. Here at Mount Olympus, so I like doing things a little extreme. And so if this works half as well as I think it will, it might produce enough financial benefit to this company to even grow and create even more rides. Because truly I do love the theme park side of the world. The coasters, the rides. That's always been my love. I had no choice but to get into the water side just to compete with the other mega resorts in town.
How long has this been a dream of yours? How many years?
Well, I think it's been there since 1995.
Since you put Cyclops in?
Yeah, Cyclops. I wanted to do something completely different. In fact, I remember talking to Denise and Randy Lyric, although I've had a name from the past, but which was custom coasters back then.
Can you talk a little bit about your relationship with the Gravity Group and with Hades being the #1, their first coaster?
Well, yeah, what we're talking about right now, it wouldn't be fair unless we did talk about the Gravity Group a little bit. They're great. They're a great company to work with. Of course, they were with Custom Coasters to begin with. You know, you look at Larry, Bill, and you look at Chad and the other guys. They're wonderful to work with. They're the ones that are actually putting their expertise on the line, and even their company. Because this is, again, the first of they've never done this before. And if it works, they're hoping that they'll be able to retrofit many other coasters, maybe in the world or in the country, to do this also, and bring up some new coasters. So hopefully this will really help their company. And maybe some of you don't know, Hades was the first coaster that the Gravity Group did when they first started their little group, their little company together. Now I'm proud to be their first coaster. And of course they went down to Indiana, to Holiday World, and they moved all over the world at this point. But they're a great company, they're easy to work with, they listen, they like new ideas, and that's what I love about them, and they're willing to take risks. You know, when you have new ideas, there's a risk involved. Is it going to work? Well, if you don't try an idea, you're never going to get anywhere. So, and I'm just so happy to work with these guys. They're risk takers, they're willing to try new ideas, and I can't wait to make it work. And I love this company to Mount Olympus to be the first one.
Do you have an expected date of when you guys are going to hopefully get it running?
Yes, the expected date of opening is it must be open by Memorial Day.
Okay.
Even though it might take us 24 hours around the clock at that, and it always happens on every ride, right at the last minute. You know, we have all these days ahead to get ready, and they're working on it right now, and it's a little chilly out there. And they will be working on it even when it's really chilly out there. So I'd like to say 100% will be open by Memorial Day. The only thing that might hurt us is through testing. There might be a little bit of tweaks. So we hope all the testing goes well prior to Memorial Day, and everything is ready to open on that date.
The trains from Hades, now you're going to just keep those for spares, or are you going to put them on another coaster possibly, or?
Well, at this point, Hades will still stay in the back 40 as a spare. And we don't plan on selling it, we don't plan on getting rid of it. I don't even want to parts it out. We're just always going to buy new parts and just keep it there. And one other thing I want to bring up, Scott asked me, is there any other improvements that we're doing in the park? The one other improvement, huge improvement that we're doing on all of our coasters as we speak, is we plan on retracking as many as possible this year. So we're throwing a pile of funds into making these rides as smooth as possible, especially Hades. So it's just not that we're putting a barrel roll on Hades and this new spectacular event, or how would you call it, great piece. But we're also going into the tunnel, we're rebuilding the track, and then around that big curve and on the back, we're rebuilding all of that track. We're even bringing up some ledgers and reprofiling if needed. So the whole ride is getting it's going to be a huge makeover. Not only that one, Cyclops, Pegasus already, as if you look at the drop, it's already got a little makeover there, and we're not done with that yet either. There's on every coaster this year, I've made it a point that I want all of them to be perfect. And starting with Hades, of course. And so that's going to be a task in itself. And when it comes to the resort end of it, many of you have stayed in the resort, and I hope many of you come back and stay in it, because that's still the best deal, is stay overnight and you get to play for free at the park the day you check in, of course the day you check out. Yeah, there's a little marketing ploy. But with that, we are also going into all of our older properties, the ones I bought up and down the strip, most of all the 1,000 units, and remodeling every one of those units. So we want them all to be similar with the wood floors, the beds, and the wallpaper. So most of the rooms you'll be staying in now will all be makeover there too. I want everything to be great, similar. So we're putting a lot of money in there too. I wish I could say I was taking all these profits and putting them right in my back pocket, but not so. I'm a man that believes that you have to reinvest in your business, in your product, in order for people to keep on coming back to you. And that's what we're planning on doing. Hello fans, once again. Scott really didn't know what my name was, so I'm going to pronounce it and tell you what it is. Nick Laskaris, proud owner of Mount Olympus Water and Theme Park. Listen, I wish all of you guys a great winter, and I can't wait to see all of you this summer in Wisconsin Dells. Have a good and happy New Year to all of you. Bye-bye.